Hey everybody, welcome back. Very excited to share this one. I actually pre-ordered this piece a few months ago, I think. Merkur. You obviously know what's inside since you've seen the thumbnail and the title of the video, but I've been waiting forever for this. Really loving the case right off the bat too. It's like an eyeglass case. Sturdy zipper on it. And there you go. We'll jump into that watch in a second, but that is the Merkur World Time. Merkur watch group. The interesting thing about this booklet is it breaks down a bunch of different watches and how to use them, but not the World Time watch. No information in here on the actual watch that it comes with, which is hilarious. Really nice little cleaning cloth. But here's the actual watch. This is the Merkur World Time. First impressions, it's just as stunning as I thought it was going to be. Let's jump into a little more details on this watch and let's really dive into it. So diving in further here, right off the bat, as you can see on the face here, this is a world timer. So I'll jump into how to actually function that in a little bit, but right off the bat, the movement on this is actually a Merkur movement. It's the M01D. Not sure a ton about it. Right off the bat though, this is not the movement, but the face itself is second-hand list. So it is not a hacking movement, but you wouldn't know anyway because there's no second hand here to hack. I'm not crazy about second-hand list movements, but I do think for the design of this watch, that's actually a very, very nice look to it. The case thickness is 13 millimeters with a really nice domed crystal. It is not sapphire, it's just a hardened plastic. They call it hard Lex. So yeah, it's just a hardened plastic crystal. Gotta take the blue off of that, real pain in the butt always. The actual diameter of this watch is 38 millimeters, but it does have two crowns, so it'll wear slightly larger than that. The water resistance is 5 bar, but this crown here, the normal winding crown, because you can't hand wind it, does not screw down. So I wouldn't recommend swimming with this. And then the band is a beautiful 20 millimeters. It is also a genuine leather band, is listed by Merkur on the side. I gotta also take that guy off, but keeping it nice. Really nice design there on the back. It's a little lion designed and made by Merkur Watch Group. But this watch strap is really supple. Doesn't need to be broken in whatsoever. It's one of the softest watch straps I've ever gotten with a watch. So I'm really blown away by how soft and absolutely comfortable this is, and it is also easy to remove with the wonderful little easy access, whatever you call that. I always blank on it, but the easy removal system. Very nice to have on a watch like this. Taking a closer look at the face here, you notice some things right away. You have the 24 time zones written around the watch. Very beautiful, very clear. You have the inner bezel. I'll call it an inner bezel, I'm not sure. But that's the 24-hour time, which you use to set the world time. Half in light, half in dark, which shows day and night. And then you have the actual hour markers on the middle, which are just nice little raised little metal pins. And then you have a nice little picture of Africa in the middle. I'll show you up close, but that Africa is very textured, and it's very nice, and it's very cool. This watch looks absolutely stunning up close. Let me see if I could also show you here. Let me zoom in. Hold on one second. It's very hard to see. I'll try to get a better shot of it. But right there across the very top of Africa, it does say Merkur in the dial, in the face, which is a really cool touch. It's very difficult to see, but it does say Merkur real nice and close there. But it's just an absolutely stunning dial. Could really see the texture there when you look at it from the angle. It looks hand painted, honestly. I highly doubt it is, but it very much looks like a hand painted dial, and that's truly mind-blowing for the price point, which when I bought this pre-order, it was only around $115. They gone up now to around $130, but that is still completely worth it. Jumping in now to explain how to use the actual world timer. There's a lot of different ways you can do world timers. Some move with the watch, like the outer bezel of the dates, of the city names, will move as you change the time or as the time progresses. As you can see here, this watch does not do that. So since you can actually kind of see Merkur right there, so yeah, there it is, guys, right across the top. But let's say it is 2 o'clock. We'll make this nice and easy right now. This hand you unscrew, which pops it out, and now the inner bezel of cities is movable. So what you do, and this honestly, it's not an exact science because you don't really know exact time, because some time zones are 30-minute differences, but you get a very good general idea. So let's say I'm in New York. Right now it is 2 p.m., so it is daylight hours. You scroll New York to, in 24-hour time, 14, which would represent 2 o'clock. You lock it in on that. You could screw it back in, but New York is now 14, 2 o'clock, daylight. Everything else now is accurate based on you adjust your time to your home time zone, or to where you currently are, and then you set just the world timer to where you are. So this makes total sense now looking at it. You could tell in Asia it is very early in the morning or very night out. And then obviously here on the United States, North America, it is much earlier in the day. So unfortunately what you need to do is every time you want to see where it is somewhere, you have to adjust this bezel to your time zone and where you currently are to get the rest of the world time, and then you screw it in, which locks it down so you don't actually accidentally turn it. But fairly simple. You just kind of have to always adjust it to get a world time reading. Other ones, once you set it, it lasts forever and you're good to go. But this watch obviously does not do that. The movement doesn't move that outer ring. But that is how you read a world time. There is no lume on this watch, and we won't dive into that. But here it is on my wrist. I wore it outside just so you could see how it kind of looks in daylight hours, because I thought it looked really cool. But on my wrist, it's obviously a little small, but I think it's an absolutely stunning piece. It looks great on the wrist, and the watch band is so comfortable and so flexible that it, right out of the box, was perfect. Really, really enjoyed this piece on the wrist, and I think it looks incredible in the daylight hours. Final impressions here. Zoom all the way out so you can just kind of see it. But this guy is an absolutely stunning piece. For the $129 to get a mechanical automatic world timer, I don't think you can go wrong with that. I think unless you have an absolutely giant wrist, this watch is going to fit you beautifully and it's going to wear beautifully. The two crowns give it a little bit of extra pop and size. And it's just an absolutely stunning piece. Only knock is I wish it had a second hand, just so you could kind of know that it's running, but you kind of just have to trust that it's running and wind it up a little bit and then set the time. If it's been sitting for a while, it's probably dead, and just assume that. But other than that, yeah, it's an absolutely stunning piece. I'm really excited to get to wear this. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm really happy to have this. I will probably do a follow-up on this because I love this watch so much so far. But stick around, and I got some other cool ones coming up for you in the near future. Thank you, and I'll see you guys soon.